Doesn't smell horrible. Okay, there's the smell. Yep, that's pungent. Hi, I'm Alex, and I love cooking and history. Throughout history, there have been hundreds of food trends that have come and gone. Today, I'm gonna be trying out one of these recipes and seeing if it's edible. Okay, oyster and chicken pie. It's very vague, very under-seasoned. Seems a little random and weird. I feel like when you see a pie, like a chicken pot pie, it's really like comforting and warm and inviting. If I dove into this pie, I'd be very disappointed. I guess I'm just gonna go line by line. The first thing to do is parboil a chicken. I have no idea how much chicken I'm supposed to boil, but I have, I guess, 4 breasts right here, so we'll go with that. It immediately turns white. I'm also gonna be hard boiling the eggs at the same time. Nice chicken water in here, which is pretty foul. It looks a little like human flesh. We're off to a good start here. Yeah, sure. I guess, yeah, actually oysters are an aphrodisiac, so I guess everyone's really horny back in the day. Cool down a little before I peel them. And then we're gonna cut up this partially cooked chicken. They're looking nice and white. Over this, place, oh great, we're at the oyster part. So over this chicken, place 1 pint of oysters. Doesn't say to drain them, but I'm going to because I don't know if I'd wanna pour like oyster juice all over this chicken. Product may contain shell fragments. That seems dangerous. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna air it out for a second. I'm not even exaggerating, that is so strong, okay. All right, next, if I can make it. Add 2 hard-boiled eggs, cut into small pieces. Whoever invented this recipe was like, what else can we put on top of this? But at least it adds like a nice pop of color, I guess. A tablespoonful of butter. Do I just put it in the middle, like, or am I supposed to cut it up? Like, there's no internet in these days, so you would think that they would be more detailed with the recipes. I guess I'm just gonna cut the tablespoon up and like put it in each third. Some celery, chopped fine. What is some celery? I'm guessing it's more than 1 stalk, less than 3. We're gonna put this finely chopped celery on top. Celery is also very bland. It's basically water. Yikes, that sounds like a problem. Yeah, I can't wait to eat this now. Now for the seasoning. They say salt and cayenne, which is a little bizarre. I don't want to get too heavy-handed with this cayenne right now, but actually maybe I should. I'd prefer my mouth be numb when I bite into this. Yeah, this is actually the most confusing part. Moisten with flour and a gill of milk. Still don't know what a gill of milk is. I, fortunately, am not from the 1910s and I have a cell phone, so I'm gonna look up what a gill of milk is. Okay, it's a 1/2 cup. I guess just gonna go for it. So if it's like a 1/2 cup. Oh, okay. I'm assuming I have to stir it up because I feel like that would be really bizarre. The milk at the bottom is now like the oyster chicken juice water. Put the puff paste on top. They don't call it puff pastry, they call it puff paste. So I guess in the 1910s you had to make your own puff pastry, but that's like really fucking hard, so I will not be doing that. Maybe I'll use these scraps to make a little design on top. I feel like I should make an oyster design just so people know what they're getting into. My oyster kind of looks like a vagina. So I'm gonna do an egg wash on this, even though it doesn't say that in the recipe. I want this to at least look pretty if it's not going to taste very good. Also, they didn't tell us how hot the oven should be. 40 minutes in a moderate oven. I'm gonna say moderate is 350. All right, so it's been 40 minutes. was the fastest 40 minutes of my life, because now I have to try this pie. Something I've been dreading. How bad could it be? Oh no, fuck. Oh no. Oh god, I'm going out. Oh man. I need someone else to try this though, because I don't know if it's just me and like I don't really like oysters that much.
I don't think it's that bad. I'm kind of into it.
Ooh.
The whiff is not promising.
Yeah, I can't say that's a pleasant smell.
I wouldn't go out of my way to eat this, but I wouldn't stop eating it if I was being polite to someone.
It's not totally offensive or undelicious. Are there potatoes in here?
It tastes like if I was a character in SpongeBob SquarePants and I just ingested like all of the ocean.
I don't hate it, I'll say that. But
No, it's not good.
Like, I don't understand why any of this being together was necessary in any capacity.
It's a taste that some people might prefer, and we don't flavor shame.
If you didn't have taste buds, you might think, hey, this is probably a pretty good pie.
It's like the ingredients were held together by Elmer's glue.
It is a little bit hard to eat, to be honest.